Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. My name's Jonathan. I make luxury videos, unboxings, and reviews. And today we are sharing my entire Louis Vuitton handbag collection. So let's get into it. Before I get started with today's video, if you could do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, it really does help my channel grow. I make videos every other day as well as shorts. So if you like that kind of content or simply want to see more of me, then definitely hit that like and subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. So I was tagged by my friend Mandy. Hi Mandy from Just One More Bag 01. I will leave her channel linked down below. And she tagged me in this video to share with you my entire Louis Vuitton handbag collection and go through which ones that I bought brand new versus pre-loved. So let's get into it. So full disclosure, there is only one handbag in my collection that I bought pre-loved, and the others I bought straight from the boutique. However, now that I am a seasoned Louis Vuitton collector, there are definitely some handbags that I purchased in store that I could have waited for the pre-loved market. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first bag in my collection is going to be the On The Go BB, and I purchased this one in store, but more specifically online. So I hadn't actually seen the bag in person. This bag had recently launched back in May of 2024, and I absolutely loved the on the go silhouette. So I wanted to add one into my collection. So I thought, might as well get the BB size. So I did pay full retail price for this, and it is currently selling for a little bit under retail. So I could have saved myself a couple $100s. However, I probably should have waited to purchase this one pre-loved, or at least waited to have seen it in person, just because as much as I love the silhouette and it is still one of my go-to handbags, it is a very small handbag to begin with. And I actually feel as though it doesn't fit too much in there. I find as though this probably fits a lot less than my Nano Speedy. Surprisingly, just because of how tall and narrow it is compared to the Nano Speedy, which is wide and short. So realistically, I could have waited to purchase this one pre-loved and saved myself a couple $100s. The next handbag in my collection is going to be the Nano Porte de Documents. Again, I purchased this one for full retail. I honestly tried to look at the pre-loved market and I couldn't really find any of these handbags on there. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It could be a good thing that people are actually enjoying the handbag, or it could be a bad thing that people actually haven't purchased this much from Louis Vuitton itself, and there is not that much surfacing the pre-loved market. So I don't know whether or not I would have regretted this bag. It's not a bag that I typically reach for nowadays. I do wear it on occasion, so it so in that respect, I probably could have waited to purchase this one pre-loved. I believe it is still currently available on the Louis Vuitton website, and so if you wanted to purchase it brand new, you still have that option. However, in hindsight, I probably could have waited to purchase this bag, but I don't fully have regrets for this one per se. So the next handbag in my collection is going to be my Nano Speedy with the animal print on it. And this one I did purchase in store. It was an artist collaboration that Louis Vuitton had done. So in hindsight, I probably could have waited for the pre-loved market for this handbag just because it is a lot cheaper than what Louis Vuitton was selling, just because it is a very unique piece and it will take a certain type of person to want a giant dog on their handbag. If this was in just regular reverse monogram, I could possibly see this still selling for a premium. However, because of the animal print on it, it doesn't necessarily sell for that much more than retail. So I could have saved myself some money. However, given the circumstances as to why I purchased this bag, I fully have no regret. The next handbag in my collection, I actually have four of them, and they are my pochette accessoires. And I don't regret purchasing these, but I do regret purchasing one of them, and that is going to be my regular monogram pochette accessoires. So back in the day when Louis Vuitton had the original model of this, I did purchase it and I did have it in my collection. It is the model that didn't come with the interior pockets as well as the extra chain strap. So believe it or not, I paid around 900 Canadian dollars for that one. However, during the pandemic, I ended up selling that bag and letting it go to a coworker of mine, and she has been absolutely loving it. But then I started to get seller's regret, and I repurchased the new one at a much higher price point, and the new model was around 2,000 Canadian dollars just for an extra strap as well as interior pockets. So in hindsight, I probably should not have purchased the new one brand new from store. I could have purchased a vintage one from the original one that I had. However, I ended up buying a brand new one. So I do regret purchasing that just because I don't actually reach for this one as much. Same instance as why I sold my first one. And so why did I purchase another one? Who knows? But I definitely do not regret purchasing my Murakami Pasha accessoires. So I did purchase these ones brand new from the boutique, more specifically online. I believe this one was an in-store order. And so I do not regret purchasing these ones just because these Porsche accessoires just fills my early 2000s inner child. I absolutely loved the Murakami collection back in the day, and this collab was out in 2005. Absolutely loved it. Did not have the money for it whatsoever. So to have the money for it 20 years later, I definitely do not regret these at all. They are definitely collector's items, and I believe these are selling for a premium online still. And even the vintage ones have seen a tremendous increase in price. So I'm very fortunate that I was able to secure these three straight from the boutique. So the next handbag in my collection that I did purchase brand new is going to be my Louis Vuitton shopper tote. And I absolutely do not regret purchasing this one straight from the boutique. I know I could probably get it cheaper on the secondhand market just because, let's be real, it is obviously an acquired taste to have an orange handbag that looks like the Louis Vuitton shopping tote. And so I could have waited and gotten it cheaper on the secondhand market. But because my client advisor and I were trying to track down the size for over a year and had no luck, when this one was available for pre order, I immediately had to get it just because it is quintessentially me. And so, no regrets whatsoever purchasing this one brand new. The next handbag in my collection is going to be one that is very special to me, and it is my Palm Springs mini backpack. So, fun fact, this was my very, very first designer handbag from Louis Vuitton that I purchased brand new. So I will show you the next handbag, and that was actually my very first Louis Vuitton handbag, but that was my pre-loved one. So this one I did purchase during the pandemic in 2021. So as you can imagine, buying anything designer was very difficult at the time. So when I was able to purchase this one, I did purchase it from store. I had no regrets just because the resale market was selling this handbag for an astronomical price, and I was not willing to pay above retail. I still, to this day, do not believe in paying above retail for designer handbags just because they are already expensive as it is. Why am I going to be paying even more money? So I waited and waited and waited until it finally came back online in stock, and I immediately cashed out right away. So super sentimental, have no regrets just because I was not going to pay over retail for this bag at the time. And it was my very first brand new piece from Louis Vuitton. So absolutely no regrets for purchasing this bag. So the next bag in my collection is going to be my Sacador's Hackle. And this is my pre-loved piece, and absolutely have no regrets purchasing this pre-loved. Obviously, it is discontinued, so I wouldn't have had the option to purchase this one brand new anyways. However, I absolutely love the fact that I chose this one as my very first Louis Vuitton handbag. The reason being is because it is structured similar to the Palm Springs Mini, which is why I ended up buying that one as my very first brand new handbag. just because it comes with a removable strap that will allow you to wear the bag in a multitude of ways. You can wear it as a shoulder bag, you can wear it as a crossbody, or you can even wear it as a top handle. And so, absolutely love this bag. And this bag, as I mentioned, was vintage. So, it did allow me to use this in a little bit more of a carefree way. And I will never be selling this bag. It is always going to stay in my collection just because, as I mentioned, it was the very first Louis Vuitton handbag. So I'm so happy that I was able to purchase this one pre-loved. So the next handbag in my collection that I purchased brand new is going to be my Keepall XS. Similarly, with the Palm Springs mini backpack, I ended up buying this one brand new just because it was during the pandemic and resale prices for this handbag is astronomical. I actually just checked eBay right now, and some people are selling this bag for $2,800 to $3,800. And I just checked my purchase history, and I only paid $2,900 for this bag back in 2020. So it is almost 6 years old, and people are selling it for right around my retail price at the time. So in hindsight, I definitely do not regret purchasing this bag brand new in store because I remember at the time this bag was so hot. It was a very new silhouette that was being offered by Louis Vuitton, and it was directly competing with the Nano Speedy. So a lot of individuals wanted this handbag just because it was a little bit more bigger than the Nano Speedy. So people were selling this bag for crazy amounts resale. So when I was offered to get this one for retail price, I immediately snatched it up. I remember like it was yesterday. It was literally during the holiday season around Christmas time where my client advisor texted me saying that they got this in store and if I was interested, and I immediately said yes. And so I'm very happy and very fortunate that I was able to add this one to my collection, and I do not regret purchasing this one at retail. So the next handbag in my collection is going to be none other than my Louis Vuitton Speedy 30, and I did purchase this one brand new. However, now that I think about it, I probably could have purchased this one vintage or pre-loved just because there was nothing special about this bag other than the fact that I really wanted a Speedy as my work bag. And considering that I was going to be using it as a daily work bag, I could have moved towards the pre-loved market so I can save myself a couple $1,000s. This bag does hold its value really well. However, you can get some really great deals on this bag given its condition. So if you're not too picky about condition or not, you can get really great deals on this. However, I purchased this one in store, and ironically, at the time that I purchased this handbag, Louis Vuitton updated it and they made the hardware all shiny. So I do absolutely love that aspect of it. I believe before some of the hardware was shiny, some of it was like a brass material. So I'm kind of happy that my version has it all shiny, but that's just like a very small detail that I could obviously get over. And if it's going to save me thousands of dollars. So in hindsight, I do regret it a little bit purchasing straight from the boutique. Next handbag in my collection is going to be the Christopher wearable wallet. I did purchase this one brand new online, and full disclosure, I regret purchasing this bag fully. I only wore it about 2 times and it just sits on my shelf. So realistically, if I did want to add this into my collection, I didn't need to pay the full retail price. I could have just gone to the secondhand market and purchased it. I believe you can get some really good deals on this bag considering its condition, but honestly, I probably could have waited and purchased this one pre-loved. The next handbag in my collection, need I say any more? I did panic buy this one last year and I did purchase it in store. Would I regret purchasing it again? 100%. I rather not even have purchased it in store, but I also wouldn't probably purchase it in the pre-love market anyways. So I'm kind of like on the fence as to whether or not I would have regretted purchasing this one, just because pre-loved for anything Murakami right now is over retail prices anyways. So in hindsight, I know for a fact I would not purchase this bag pre-loved if the retail price was over. But I also wouldn't purchase this bag pre-loved because it's not something that I'm a fan of the silhouette for. So while I don't regret purchasing it at retail price, I regret purchasing it in general, if that makes sense. So take that with what you will. The third last handbag in my collection is going to be the Nano Speedy, and I purchased this one brand new in store. and I fully do not regret it whatsoever, just because this bag was the bag that drew me into the brand in 2005. Seeing the Murakami collection, seeing the Nano Speedy in the white and black multicolor, I absolutely fell in love with this handbag. And just seeing all the celebrities rocking the multicolor print, absolutely needed to have this in my collection. So when it was re-released in 2005, I absolutely needed to get my hands on it, and I almost entertained the idea of purchasing it pre-loved. And best you believe, these pieces were selling for like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, and I couldn't justify paying that much money for a canvas handbag. So I stuck to my guns and I waited it out, and she finally was re-released in 2026, and so that's where this one came from. So I am very happy that I was able to purchase this one brand new in store and not pay the crazy pre-loved prices. However, this one is now readily available on the Louis Vuitton website and has been readily available for a couple months now. However, it currently has a 4-month wait time. So if you're willing to wait that long for this little cutie, then I highly suggest contacting your SA and placing an order for one right away. The second last handbag in my collection is going to be the Louis Vuitton paint can, and I paid retail for this handbag. However, I regret it, to be honest. I regret purchasing this at retail just because the pre-love market has these bags for at a really good discounted price. You can get these for like about 2,000 Canadian dollars, 2,500 Canadian dollars, and I paid around 3,600 plus tax. So you definitely can get some good savings on this handbag depending on the color that you want. I know some colors sell for more than others. However, hindsight being 2020, I probably could have waited to purchase this one, especially because this is considered decor for me. And so to save $1,000 on a decor piece would have been nice, but that is neither here nor there. So unfortunately, I do regret purchasing this handbag at retail price and kind of wish that I waited until the pre-loved market settled. And the last handbag in my collection is going to be none other than the Louis Vuitton P9 Speedy. Obviously, I purchased this one brand new in store. I honestly don't even think I would entertain purchasing this one pre-loved just because some of them actually sell for a little bit more than retail. But even if they were selling for under retail, the price point that I paid for this, I would want it to come straight from Louis Vuitton. I don't know if it's because I'm a little bit paranoid that the fakes nowadays are very, very good. And for me to spend $14,000 and to be scammed, I kind of don't want that subjected to me. So I would purchase this one from the boutique through and through, time and time again, until I get a little bit more comfortable with the secondhand market. That being said, I would absolutely trust places like Fashion File if they were selling a P9 for a really great price. I would trust places like those. I'm more so talking about like eBay, even Japanese eBay. I would probably be a little bit hesitant to pay that much over eBay for some reason. But for Fashion File or for those well known consignment stores, I would have no problem purchasing those pre loved. However, I have been seeing that some of the P9s, especially like the red one, the monogram, and the green, they're selling for a little bit more than retail. So that is obviously a no for me. I'm not going to be paying over $14,000 for a handbag that I can patiently wait for. And so I do not regret purchasing this one from the store. However, I could entertain purchasing it pre loved at other consignment stores for the right price. So that was my full Louis Vuitton handbag collection, and dividing it between what I purchased brand new versus pre-loved and whether I regretted the decision. I wanted to say thank you to Mandy at Just One More Bag 01 for tagging me, and I will leave a list of creators down below that I would love to see doing this tag. So if you like this kind of content or simply want to see more of me, then definitely hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.